Then racing, the Sportsman will lead us out on the track. Starting on the pole will be the number 84. That is Ed Giles of Fairfield, Connecticut. Outside of him, driving the number 14, it's Clinton, Connecticut's Joe Berthollet. Going off in position number 3 will be the number 16. That is Walt Hovey Jr. from Scotland, Connecticut. On the outside of him, the number 79, that is Stamford, Connecticut's Jim Procaccini in the Rings End Lumber Lewis Lunch sponsored entry. On the inside of row number 3 will be the number 67, Ace Oil Company, Al Joy Tire, and is the sponsor of Southington, Connecticut's Mark Foley. On the outside of him, it's Coventry, Rhode Island, Clay Petchke in the Performance Plus Petchke Motorsports sponsored entry. Going off in position number 7 will be the number 43. That is John Puglisi. John is from Orange, Connecticut. And outside of him, in the 8th starting spot is the number 52. That is Al Stone III from New Haven, Connecticut. Something's Fishy Bait and Tackle East Coast Racing Engines is his sponsor. Starting in position number 9 will be the 38. That's Pawcatuck, Connecticut's Joe Curioso. And to his immediate right, driving the number 6, it is Richard Staskowski from Hope Valley, Rhode Island, in the Carpenter's Local number 94 sponsored car. Starting in position number 11 will be the 80. That is Norm Root Jr. from Old Saybrook, Connecticut, in the Roots Auto Repair Paul Burdick Oil sponsored car. And then starting in position number 12 will be the number 15. That is Dwayne Dorr from Ledyard, Connecticut. Starting in position 13 is the 85. That is Greg Butler, and to his outside in position 14 is the 9 of Thomas Rassicott.
Making his first appearance in 2006, his car 00. It's 00 Joe Nojak from Bristol, Connecticut. And by his side, also making his first appearance in car number 13 from Wallingford, Connecticut, it's Jeff Rocco.
Starting off in position 17 will be the 55. That is Stratford, Connecticut's John Searles, and to his outside will be the 86. That is Bill Gertz Jr.
A graduate from our Wednesday night show will be starting 19th in the field aboard car number 18. It's the comeback kid, Joshua Galvin. And by his side in car number 12, Kevin Williams.
And starting scratch on the field in position 21, it's the number 99 of Smokin' Joe Bavalacco.
So that is our very talented field, 20 laps for our Sportsman.
Green flag. It is Ed Giles and the 14 of Berthollet as they get ready to start for 20 laps. Giles gets the early jump on the outside, on the inside lane. Berthollet falls off the pace, and that allows the 16 of Hovey to jump into that second spot.
3 wide already between Foley, Procaccini, and falling off the pace is Berthollet. But it didn't take things long to get dicey here. Battle for the lead. Hovey on the outside, a little bang to the 84, and it catapults him into the lead.
As we talked to Hovey earlier, he said he was looking to do well, and he jumps out to the early lead. We got a battle now as Jim Procaccini now moves past Foley for the 3rd spot as they go into turn 3.
Jumping to the outside on the last lap, and now jumping to the grass, one of the cars. That is Williams in car number 12. So he is in instant trouble. It is Hovey in the lead, and here is Procaccini on the outside going to work on Ed Giles' car.
Procaccini on the attack on the outside line. Giles on the inside as they come off turn number 4. Procaccini inches his way out in front as they go across the stripe, with Giles falling back to 3rd and Foley in 4th.
And maybe something wrong with that 43 car, Puglisi, as he continues to backpedal in our field. Car in the mud, that is Josh Galvin, and the yellow comes out. Is Josh Galvin getting his baptism to Sportsman Racing as he gets into a little bit of a predicament coming off of turn 4 and bringing out our first yellow.
Feature event for the Sportsman. Green flag in the air. Hovey and Procaccini drag race into turn number 1 like they are welded together. They are side by side through 2 as they go down the backstretch.
And they stay Velcro together. Now Procaccini gets a little juice on the outside groove. Those 2 cars still padlocked together as it is Procaccini by fingernails, Giles by a handful over Joe Curioso, a driver who definitely appears to be headed to the front.
Procaccini edges his way out in the front down the backstretch. Hovey on the inside, right on his back panel, up to his door as they come off turn number 4. Now Curioso runs in 3rd, and Gertz and Clay Petchke fight it out for the 4th and 5th spots.
In trouble is Walt Hovey as he swivels around. He winds up in the rural section of our speedway and is now headed back out onto the track. So Walt Hovey goes from second place into no man's land, and that leaves second up to Joe Curioso in car number 38.
Curioso sets out after Procaccini, our leader, and it's back to the third spot where Clay Petchke has his hands full with last year's champion Norm Root Jr. as he's right on his back bumper as they go through three. Petchke gets a little loose as they come off turn number 4. That allows Root to get a run and take the third spot.
As he looked like a figure skater that time, doing a flying sit spin as he falls from third to fourth. Now Giles pestering him in car number 84. And as Gary pointed out, he expected to see car number 43 come back to life. That is the case. Dwayne Dorr, little trouble with the handling on that car as he tried to work his way underneath Mark Patrick Foley.
As they go down into the backstretch, it's still Procaccini leading the way. We have a yellow flag. It is the 00 of Nojic who is overheating in turn number 4. He looks to get that.
Very interesting restart.
And Procaccini squirts out to the lead as they go into turn number 1. Here comes Root on the inside of Curioso looking to get that second spot as they go off to turn 2 and head down the backstretch.
And Clay Petchke, one of the strongest efforts of his Waterford career in car number 93. So Clay Petchke doing a great job right now holding off Ed Giles.
And now Root has gotten that second spot away from Curioso. He looks to get at our leader, the 79 of Procaccini. Running in third is the 38 of Curioso, Petchke in fourth, and a battle for fourth, fifth, and sixth between the 43 of Puglisi, the 84 of Giles, and the Bud Modified National winner, Dwayne Dorr.
Big time loose was Clay Petchke, but because nobody was near him, he had ample opportunity to correct it. The challenge is for the lead. Here comes Norm Root, bottom groove, trying close enough to yank the steering wheel out of Procaccini's car. They cross the stripe almost simultaneously. Slight advantage to Norm Root Jr.
Root looks to get that run on the inside.
Yellow is out as Josh Galvin has scattered the tires in turn number 4. Then he bounced off the wall. Green flag racing.
And we'll see what our final 9 laps cook up for us is Procaccini and Root. And it's Procaccini on the outside, looks to get that lead away from Norm Root as they go off turn number 2.
Procaccini, speeding bullet on the outside. So a little bit of surprise. Jim Procaccini able to use the outside to his advantage. But here comes Norm Root as he thunderballs his way underneath Procaccini as they head into turn 2.
Those two cars side by side in 2 as they go down the backstretch. It's Norm Root edging his way out by a fender on Procaccini as Procaccini looks to pull even as they come off turn number 4.
Don't neglect car number 15 who has moved to 4th. Procaccini in trouble as he got caught up in the speedy dry and almost went to the fence. Good job to keep that car off the paint.
Now Procaccini seems to fall off the pace. That allows Dwayne Dorr in that blue 15 to run on the inside through turn number 3. Procaccini on the outside trying to hold off, but here comes Dorr into the second spot.
So it is deja vu all over again here at the Speedbowl. The two drivers who ran 1-2 at the Budweiser Modified Nationals are back. Norm Root leading, Dwayne Dorr in second, and Dorr has less than 6 laps to try to corral car number 80.
That 15 tries to cut into the lead of the 80 of Root as he runs in the second spot. Then 79 of Procaccini runs 4th. Joe Curioso in the 38 runs 4th, and the 43 of Puglisi 5th.
Now Bill Gersh has picked up a couple of spots. He is now in 7th. Can Dwayne Dorr make up some real estate against Norm Root? Norm pretty smooth, and the old question is the yellow comes out, a 3-car skirmish in turn number 4. Keith Rocco, one of those cars involved, and Dwayne Dorr are ready for action.
Root and Dorr for the final 4 laps. It is Norm Root edging his way out front. Dwayne Dorr on the outside looks to power his way around that orange number 80. Here comes Procaccini on the inside as Dorr shoots out to the lead, chased by Procaccini.
Something wrong with Norm Root's car as it backpedals through the field. So a tough break for car number 80 as he is in trouble with that car. Dwayne Dorr in the lead. Here comes Procaccini. Also, John Puglisi, who faded at the start of the race, is very much in the middle of the action. Norm Root has limped off the speedway.
Dwayne Dorr comes off turn number 4 with 2 laps left. The 79 of Jim Procaccini runs second. The 43 of John Puglisi runs in the third spot. Then comes the 86, that is Bill Gersh Jr., and then the 38 of Joe Curioso. This time by the white flag in the air for the blue number 15 of Dwayne Dorr. He takes the white flag. Procaccini continues to run in second. The battle now is for third spot as the 86 of Gersh and the 43 come together as they go into turn number 2. They tangle. That allows the 38 of Curioso and the 52 of Al Stone to get around them. But back at the front, taking the checkered flag in the win, is the 15 of Dwayne Dorr. In second is the 79 of Jim Procaccini. Rounding out the top 3 is the 38 of Joe Curioso. In fourth, the 52 of Al Stone. And fifth was the 16 of Walt Hovey.
Well, as Dwayne Dorr does his victory celebration, it appeared to be a flat tire on the 80 car of Norm Root that caused him to leave the race. So unfortunately, we had all the ingredients of a great restart, but a flat tire has cost Norm Root a great finish today. So getting ready to climb out of the car, the driver of car number 15, getting congratulated by our starter, Chad Williams. Jim Procaccini also slapping hands with a man who's back for one more, Dwayne Dorr. Well, Dwayne, for most of the race, you were about in the upper echelon, but far back. Then all of a sudden, you exploded. What happened?
Well, I really don't know. I got into a little tangle there, and it messed up the toe, and the car wasn't right, but man, this is my house. This is my house.
And I'm sure you have plenty of sponsors who bring you to your house every week.
Yeah, I got Fast Freddy's Independent Recycling, Churchill Builders, Regoving Moving, Diaz Contracting, A1 Auto. I got to thank the people that helped me, Farmer Phil Rondo, Moose Doughton, the Ceravolo family, Tom Fox, my crew. They're the best crew at this place, and we proved it 2 weeks in a row.
So come on out to the Speedbowl next Saturday night as this driver tries for 3 wins in a row, Dwayne Dorr.